Hi there, Dave Ronnie's here of the London Longsword Academy, and as we started doing last week, we wanted to put out a little bit more free content for you, so you've got stuff that you can do while you're stuck at home. Now again, obviously this is going to depend on the size of your garden and your access to space, so we're going to do this in a few different ways. Now in the previous lesson I looked at starting up the motion of the sword from Figueiredo's Rule 1 with the Montante. And I'm going to continue on from that point. We'll have a quick run through that, and then we're going to go on to the next part of the same drill. So this is still the simple Rule 1. Now, when we did this simple Rule 1 before, very much as is being shown commonly, I had an action which was coming from here and very, very steep and coming to in front of the face, and basically making this our right angle, okay? And I've had a little bit of a reassessment of that. It doesn't mean I don't do it that way all the time, but I've had a little bit of a change of heart as to why it might be done slightly differently, and then this gives us a slightly different context to how we do the composed rule as well, okay? So first of all, as I discussed last time here, the first action is to put the hand on the sword point on the floor, kind of in line with the balls of the foot or the instep of the foot here, then making a passing step and then lowering into position, okay? And from this position here, you can see here I'm gripping the sword quite normally, and I'm kind of tilted about this angle roughly, okay? Maybe even a little bit shallower, okay? Now, as I said before, what we were doing is we were coming quite steep and making our right angle one here relative to the body, okay? Now, I want to give you a more simple way of doing this, and I think it changes the context of the move, it changes the context of the second move as well, okay? Or the composed one, okay? So, from this position here, with the sword set in place, simply all we're going to do is we're going to swing the sword around, taking quite a wide path. One, stepping with the foot, and then we're going to stop in precisely a right angle. So here, 1, 2, here. Then we're going to let the sword swing down to our other side, and this is going to be almost like throwing a frisbee here, and then we're going to swing out, 2. And again, stopping as close as we can to a right angle, like so. Okay? So, here, 1, close to the instep, kick the foot, get it started, settle into position. Check the knee alignment. And again, the knee alignment is going to set us up like a spring. So here we're going to rotate, putting the body strongly in profile, the sword held down low, here, and a simple movement of just swinging the sword nice and wide. We're not worrying about this being a tight cut. We're not trying to snap the wrists. We're really cutting with the entirety of the body, okay? So from here, 1, lock the knee in place, lock the toes, swing very, very broad until we're stopping in a right angle. Here, 2, stopping in a right angle. And you see here, I am jamming the sword against my arm to keep it in place. Okay? So, from the start, here, kick, lower it down, swing wide. Here, swing 2, and stop. Okay? Next, what we're trying to do is we're trying to strongly profile our body when we take the first swing. 1, and then here, 2, stopping a little bit squarer here. Okay, and that's just due to the restrictions of the shoulders. Okay, now when the rule proper is done, we have 3 going forwards, 3 going back. So it becomes like so. Down, lock into position, swing wide, down, swing wide, down, and I'm going to shorten this so I don't hit the camera, swing wide and stop. Okay? And then we'll have 3 going backwards. Just trying to hit everything in the garden. Wide swing, back, wide swing, back, wide swing. Okay? Now, again, I'm bringing the point up slightly just mainly to stop me from hitting the camera, but as much as possible, please try and make a right angle as we go. So if I go this way, here, 1, 1. Twist the body, 2. Twist the body, 3. Okay? Now, as we're going through this action, we should really be looking at the torsion in the torso, not trying to make this an action of cutting with the arms. Really, as I say, feeling that engagement in the knee here, locking the knee in place, turning the body, opening out like so. Here, 1, locking the body, turning in, using the whole of the body, using the knee and the foot as the foundation of the spring edge. Okay, so here if I do this on the other side, 1, lowering into position, here, engage the knee, turn strongly in profile, swing, wide, back, swing, wide, back, and I'm going to shorten this step again, swing, wide, and again stopping in this 90-degree angle. Okay, so here in this case the posture of the right angle becomes a lot more clear and easily explained. Okay, now this might seem contrary to what we want to do with a longsword, but what I want you to think of is the facility of the Montante for clearing space. So having a reduced arc, doing something like this here, is not necessarily to our advantage. If I'm swinging like so, here, 1, 2, I have a very wide arc that is really clearing a lot of space in front of me. So we're really letting good power generation here, and also clearing out space in front of us at very, very much the natural extension of the arm. Okay, so again, if I do this on the left side here, bring ourselves into place here, through to the posture of the right angle, around, through to the right angle, here, very slowly through to the right angle. Okay, and again, if I do it this way, 1, avoiding guard, really engage the torso, swing, stop, through, swing, and stop, and so on. Okay, now I'm going to do this with a messer so you can see it done with something shorter. Again, here we kick, pretend to kick, drop down. Horizontally, stop in the posture of the straight line. Swinging from low to high, but stopping in the right angle. And again, here we're taking in front of the face to basically mean on this diameter line, in effect. So it's being held like so, the priority being the posture of the straight line, the right angle here, okay, and then here, 1, again, the in front of the face being taken to mean that it's on this line here, the diameter line. Okay, so once more on my left, here, 1, pretend the kick, 1, drop down, lock the knee, engage the torso, swing through to 90 degrees, swing it back, make sure the knee is locked, swing it back, check the 90 degrees, back, swing it back, 2. Okay, now as I say, I feel this gives the rule a slightly different context to the one we've used before, and I'll discuss that further in the next video. Okay, so obviously if you don't have a sword, you can do it with a stick here. Okay, so if you're limited for room, what I would suggest, hold the stick like so, 1, pretend to kick, 1, over and down, 1, step horizontal. Okay, if you're restricted in space here, simply step forwards, shuffle back, step forwards, shuffle back. Really try and twist, lock your knee, this is the thing you need to focus on, twist with the torso. Okay, now because we're not necessarily dealing with having a sword in front of us of the same size as ours, we can have a little bit more liberty in how we're swinging with more of a wide arc, something we would never want to do if we're fencing against someone with a like sword, where we want to be a lot more close. Okay, so from here, or closing down of the line here, as long as it arrives at the same point as the foot lands, 1, in that position, basically what you're doing is you're taking a large sweeping arc, 2. Okay, I hope you can see that. Again, if you don't have even the space to use a stick, simply take your hands, place, left hand in this case palm down, right hand palm up, 1. Push your fingers directly back from you. So here, right, left shoulder forwards, point the right fingers as far as your back as you can, or the palms of the fingers palms of the hands right back as far as you can. Here, swing with the body and stop. Okay. Then from the other side, point as far behind you as you can, keeping your shoulder and your knee forwards, and you should really feel the engagement in the torso. And then from that point, swing and stop. Okay. Each time trying to get this angle rather than this. Okay. And it'll go wrong. I do it wrong quite frequently. Try and stop it on the right angle. Okay. So once more. 1, imagine the kick. 2, drop here, sweep, back, sweep, back. If you want to do it with the palms on top, 1, 2, back, 2. Okay. Now once more with the Montante. I'm going to do this with very restricted steps, so I think the easiest thing for me to do is to only do a couple of techniques, but we'll see. Let's have a look. So from here, 1, drop down, swing and stop, back, swing and stop. Okay, I'm going to swing and I'm just going to step back where I should be doing 3 going forwards, then back, 1, back, 2, again this would be backwards, 3, back, and then swing onto the shoulder. Okay, so the rule in entirety will be 1, again I'm going to do this very short, 1, stop at 90 degrees, 2, stop at 90 degrees, 3, stop at 90 degrees, then going backwards, 1, back, going backwards, 2, back, 3, going backwards here, and then here, a tahoe coming onto the shoulder. Okay, now that is pretty much the entirety of rule 1 simple. What I'm trying to look at is having an angle that goes from low to high, but comes through and stops naturally at the right angle, okay, at the posture of 90 degrees. Now, fundamentally, what that gives us is just something which is just flailing from left to right, okay? And it's a really, really nice feeling. You can feel the torso engagement, you can really feel the threat that it's going to make to anyone around you. It's just like, no, back off, okay, you get out of the way, okay? So, fundamentally like so. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Also, if you are alone and you need to trim your garden, this is a really good way. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.